All right, apologies for the video there. My iPhone needed to be purged, so we're back. We had just finished with Jim Hegan flying out to center, so calculating the fatigue is pretty easy there. It's just going to be 3 off of the 23, so he's down to a 20. And the Tribe gets 0 runs in the top of the second. All right, so now we've got Ray Boone, third baseman for the Tigers, against Herb Score. We get a 7 on the air die, and now we'll roll. We get an 11 with a 3, so we go here 11. It's a straight up strikeout, and it was a 3, so it's a strikeout swinging. All right, 1 down. Roll the air die. It's a 2. So we'll roll again. It's a 41. 8 for Bill Tuttle, righty. So he's a 41. That's a SN2, and it says ground ball. So these are your ground ball type singles that go through the infield if it does. He's an 8 versus left. So we're going to flip this here and look at the 8. And we see here again, -3. We talked about this earlier. Usually that'd be a single, but not against Herb Score. It's a line out 2, so we look here, line out to the shortstop. That /2 means that if there'd been a runner on second, it'd be a double play, a line out 6-4 double play, but no one's on, so it just goes in the book as an L6. And there are 2 away. All right, Frank Bowling's up. Second baseman for the Tigers, 3 on the air die, no air, so 12. It was a 4, so a 1, 2. So this is a rare play wild pitch. If there'd be a runner on, we do the wild pitch sequence. As there's not, we'll just roll on the rare play chart here. We roll the dice. Ooh, it's a 13, which means we're going to go to the rare play charts. So I'll bust out the wild play charts, just so you know that came off of here. You go here. If you roll a 1 to a 6, 11 to a 16, you're going to the wild play charts. Otherwise, you'd have these less routine type of outs that are shown there with the type of advancement or outs on the bases shown down. So we've got our wild play charts. We'll roll the dice. It's a 41. So I turn here 41. Okay, so these are park specific rare plays. It's actually kind of cool. We go here to, we're at Tiger Stadium. It's not listed as one of those park specific ones, so we're going to use all other ballparks. We are a day game, so batter hits a high fly ball to right field. The right fielder loses it in the sun. Ball drops directly behind him. Where were his shades? It's a double. 1 base advance if less than 2 outs. 2 base if less than 2 outs. Nobody's on, so it's just a sun double for Frank Bowling there. So that's pretty cool. He'll end up on second with 2 outs. So we look down here and score that a double. And I usually would make an asterisk and write that down the notes as a sun double. I'm going to avoid doing that here just so we don't take more time. The other thing I do here, normally runners cannot, they won't attempt to steal with 1 out, with 2 outs. They won't attempt to steal third with 2 outs or 0 outs, only with 1 out. You do check though, because if there's an asterisk, that means you ignore that override, which means you could have that happen. There's no asterisk, so no chance of him trying to steal. So here we have the catcher, Red Wilson, up 2 outs, runner in scoring position. You might consider intentionally walking him to get to the pitcher, but it's Herb Score. We'll let him pitch to him. Gets a 1 on his air die here. So I'll roll the dice, and 66 with a 3. 66 is a walk 3. We look up here, and versus righties, it's an HG2. He's going to block it. He's not going to walk him. So flip over here, we see HG2, hard ground ball to shortstop. So Wilson grounds out to shortstop, 6-3. And so we go ahead and take off 3 more from Score's fatigue rating. And we played 2 innings. We're scoreless at Tiger Stadium. And we'll clean things up again here. So both pitchers doing fairly well. Herb Score leads off the 3rd inning for the Tigers. Score is not much of a hitter. He's an excellent bunter, but not much of a hitter. But we'll see what he does. Nothing on the air die. It was a 1. So 6, 5, 4. So we look here. 65 versus left is a K. 1. He's a lefty, so that is nothing there. It means it's a strikeout. Since it's a 4, it's a normal strikeout swinging. So put down the regular K. 4 score. 1 down. All right, back to the top of the order. Jim Busby. Remember, he singled to lead off the game and was caught stealing. Check the air die. Nothing. It's a 1. And we get 21 and 3. So we go down here, 21. That's a pop-up 1. So it's just a pop-up, blew out. So we're going to flip it here. Oops, flip it. And we get a pop-up 1 is a pop-up to third base. So it's an F5 for Busby. All right, so 2 are away. Bobby Avila is the hitter, and he walked solo base. Nothing on the air die. 54 and 8. So we go down here, 54. Walk 2. We go here, walk 2 versus right. He has a block. It's a LF2, which stands for long fly. Look here at long fly 2. It's a long fly ball to right field. If there's a runner on third, he tags up and scores. The runner on second would have a chance to tag and go to third against the right fielder's arm. But no runners are on, so we just score it F9, and we take off 2 from Hef's fatigue. So Indians are 3 up, 3 down. We'll clean things up here. And now Billy Heft gets to lead off against Herb Score. All right. 4, so no error. 13-0, so we go down here. 13 versus left. We know any Ks are going to be a strikeout, and since it's 0, Heft is down, swinging. 1 away. Okay. 9, so no error. Check. 46 and 0. So 46 versus left is a walk 1 for Harvey Keene, who is 0 for 1 with a line out. We go to walk 1. That's an RG2. Regular ground out to the shortstop. So he just hits a chopper to short, and Carrasco throws him out. 2 away. All right, Jack Phillips, who walked back in the first. The air die is a 6. So let's see, 46 and 3. So we go here. S into possible single. He's a 10 versus left. So let's flip it, take a look, and we see right away it's a scoring position check. There's no runners in scoring position, so that's a single. So Phillips is hitting SN2, which we look here is just a line drive single to center field. So Phillips is on first. He's got a -2 steal rating or jump rating, and a +2 is needed. So no attempted stolen base for old Jack today, or at least in this case. So now Charlie Maxwell, who went down looking his last at bat, he's going to hit with 2 outs and a runner on first. No possible air check, and we go 6, 4, 3. So 64. This time K -3. You know it's going to be a strikeout. Since it was a 3, he doesn't go down looking. He goes down swinging. So that is Score's 4th strikeout of the day. We take off 3 on his fatigue, so he's down to 16. And so through 1/3 of the game, we've got a scoreless pitcher's duel going on here. Not surprising. Both these pitchers were pretty good in 1956. All right. So top of the 4th for the Tribe. Here's Al Rosen. We'll do our air die, no air. So 33 and a 0. So 33. That's again the rare play chart. So we go here and we get a 51. So we turn here to 51. That is a slow ground ball to the pitcher, air check. So Heft is a 14, and we'll flip it and look for ground ball. He needs to be at least a 10 to not make the error. he's a 14. So this is just a 1-3 ground out. All right. Those are, I know we said the air die was not a 0. If it comes off the rare play, it'll tell you to do an air check for pitchers to get them some airs that they need. So, all right, there's a 1, so no air check. 46 and 3. So 46 is a K2 for Vic Wertz versus lefties. We know Heft has got all blanks there. So that's a strikeout since it's a 3. For the second time this game, Wertz swings through one and is down for strike 3 and 2 outs. Now Al Smith at the plate. Okay, so there's a 6, no air check. 63 and 0. So we go 63, SN2. He's an 8. Let's flip it over. We look at an 8. So this is an A. So if this had been the first inning or the 7th inning on, we'd look at Heft's early and late ratings, which he would not pass for an A on either one of those. He's a D and a C. Also, if this had been the next inning and he had good stuff, that would turn into an out. But we're the 4th inning. He hasn't qualified for his good stuff bonus yet. So that becomes a single. So we said that was a SN2 there at 63. SN2 is a single to left field, angling away from the fielder, like we talked about earlier. So a 2-out single puts Al Smith at first, -2. So we need a -2 to go. It's a 0, so he's not going to attempt. Now, I'll point out, you see the E here. If Smith had been a 0 or better, we would check for an error on the pickoff play, and there would be a chance that Heft could throw the ball away for an error. But he doesn't qualify, so we're not going to go through that. No air check. We got Rocky Colavito at the plate, and he singled last time as well. So let's see, 54, 7. So we go 54. All right, so this is rare play wild pitch. This is our wild pitch sequence. We look at the wild pitch rating for Heft. It's 0, and our die was a 7. So his wild pitch rating adjusts that die. Since it's a 0, it's just a 7. And then what we need to do is look at the catcher's defensive rating. For Red Wilson, he is a 3. So what you have here now is, looking at the chart, a 3 gives up a wild pitch or a pass ball from -7 to 7. So this is a wild pitch or a pass ball. We're going to roll the die one more time. If it's 0 to 7, it's a wild pitch. 8 to 9 will be a pass ball. So in this case, it's a 9. There you go, 9. So Red Wilson has given up a pass ball, and Smith moves to second. Now we're going to roll the rare play. We rolled a 65. So we look down here at 65, which is going to be a foul fly out to the left field. Now, if Smith had been on third and less than 2 outs, he could have tried to tag up and score on that. But since it's the last out, it's just a foul fly out. So Colavito will score that as an X7. 1, 2, 3. So Heft is at a 15, and he's pitched 4 shutout innings. Now I'm going to take a quick second here to show you something in terms of if he qualifies for good stuff or not. Okay, so looking at the chart here, outstanding stuff. Okay, so if you remember, I did the A, the B designation. Heft was a B, which means he falls in this category right here. So to get outstanding stuff, he needs to be at less than or equal to 3 hits plus walks with no earned runs. He hadn't given up any earned runs, and he's given up 1, 2, 3, 4 singles plus walks. So no good stuff yet. He might still get the outstanding stuff if he has a good inning next inning. But if he had outstanding stuff, any A, B checks would automatically turn into outs. All right. So we move to the bottom of the 4th. Al Kaline's at the plate, and there is no air check. It was a 3. Okay. So 52 and 8. 52 is an SN2. He's an 11 versus left. So we're going to flip it. look at the 11, and boom, another -3. It's a line out 2. We know that from. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to show you. So it's a line out to the shortstop. So K line lines out the shortstop. That's 3 hits that most pitchers wouldn't stop. The score has stopped in this game. So dominant pitcher. All right. So Ray Boone at the plate. He struck out last at bat. No error going on here. So 36. We go down here and boom, we see a deep fly H1. So this is a deep fly check. Since it's red, score has a chance to block this. Boone's a 10.5. So we're going to flip it and look here, and we see a 10.5 batter. So that means he gets to do the home run check here. All right, so it was a deep fly 1. So we want to look and see where it's hit to. Ooh, this one's hit to center field. That's a poke at Tiger Stadium. So we go over here and we can look. You can see up here, it was a -3 to center. The wind didn't change that, so it's a -3 on my scorecard. And then Boone is a righty, so score versus righties is a -2. So it's a -5 total. The -3 and the -2 total add up to -5. You look there at a -5. You need a 7 to re-roll to see if he gets a home run. 8 or a 9 would be a home run. Okay, so we're going to look at our die 10 and see what it turned out to be. It was a 6. So this is just a long fly ball that dies out there at the track. So Boone puts the charge into 1. I put a little D up here to let myself know it was a drive that didn't make it out. It's a 2-way. Okay. So now we'll check here. Bill Tuttle at the plate. He should have lined out last time. And we get a 42. Walk -1, which we talked about earlier. Score's weakness is that he walks people. So Tuttle's going to draw the walk. And he'll be on first base. And we need to flip and see if he steals. We need a -1. And it's a +2. So a -1 or -2 he would have gone. But it's a +2, so he's not going. All right. Frank Bowling at the dish. And there's the 1 there, 66 with a 3. That's a K1. We know that's going to be a strikeout swinging. So Frank Bowling down on strikes, and score is at a 12 for fatigue. We're through 4 innings, and there is no score. Clean things up a bit here. All right. We go to the top of the 5th. Carrasco against Heft. Tell you what, real quick. If you look here, you can see that Score's given up 1, 2, 3, 4 walks and singles, and for an A pitcher, that's not going to be outstanding stuff. He'd need to be at less than or equal to 2. So he's pitching well, but he doesn't get the outstanding stuff bonus. If he gets a 1, 2, 3 inning, next inning though, he will. All right, here's Carrasco. He's got no air die, 51 and 6. So 51, that's another of the rare play. So 55, I think that's just going to be a ground out to the pitcher. So we check, and it's a slow grounder to the pitcher with no need to check for an error. So it's a 1-3 ground out. 1 away. And the 2, no error. So there's 44 and 1. So 44 versus left for Jim Hegan. It's a normal fly 2. So we turn it around here and we see, boom, normal fly to center field. Can of corn for Jim or Tuttle out there. And Herb scores up with 2 outs. No error check. 14 with a 5 versus lefties. That's a straight swing and strikeout. So Heft is down to 13 on his fatigue, and he is now qualified for the good stuff or outstanding stuff bonus in the 6th inning because he's at 1, 2, 3, 4 with no earned runs. So in the 6th inning, if any A's or B's are rolled, he's going to be getting an automatic or special situations out. All right, at this point, what I do is I actually change out my FACs. This is already shuffled. Move in my second deck. I just do this for randomness sake, and then I would proceed. So this is at the halfway point of the game, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off now, and I can let you guys know how it finishes up. But hopefully this has given you an idea of how the game works. Didn't get any range plays, but if we had gotten a range